Hello guys, welcome to our channel. In the last two videos we have solved two of the most important JEE mains previous year questions on limits. If you didn't watch it, please check it out, those amazing questions after watching this video. In today's video we are going to solve two important questions from previous year JEE mains question paper. So without any delay, let's dive in. The first question is, when x is not equal to 0, the function is this big one. It looks very complex, right? It's 72 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1 and divided by root 2 minus root of 1 plus cos x. And when the limit is x equals to 0, then the function is a log base e2 into log base e3, right? And they have given that it is continued at x equals to 0. So what we have to find is the value of a square. Okay, so there are four options: 968, 1152, 1250, and then 746. Right, how can we approach this question? So they have given that f of x is continuous at x equals to 0, right? So let's solve the limit for the first one. Okay, when x is not equal to 0. Okay, so it can be LHL and RHL, right? So we can simply write limit x tends to 0, 72 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1 divided by root 2 minus 1 plus cos x. Okay, so first let's solve the numerator part. So it's 72 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1. This is the numerator. Okay, so here what we are going to do is, you guys know this property even though I am telling this, right? So if it is 72 power x, we can write 72 as 8 into 9, right? Why am I taking 8 into 9? Because we are taking 8 into 9 because 9 and 8 are here, and then we are going to simplify this. Okay, so I'm going to convert this 72 into 8 into 9 power x, right? So we can write 72 power x equals to 8 power x into 9 power x. So 8 power x into 9 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1, right? So I'm going to take 9 power x as common. Okay, 9 power x as common. So what will I get? 8 power x minus 1 minus 8 power x plus 1, right? So if you further simplify this, 9 power x, 8 power x minus 1 minus of 8 power x, take the minus out of here. Okay, so 8 power x minus 1, right? So you can take 8 power x minus 1 and 8 power x minus 1 as common. So you will be getting 8 power x minus 1. If you take that, then 9 power x minus 1. So we have successfully simplified this. So this is the simplified format, right? Now let's put this back in the limit. So limit x tends to 0, 8 power x minus 1, 9 power x minus 1 divided by root 2 minus root of 1 plus cos x, 1 plus cos x, right? So this is the limit. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to rationalize this. So here the first one is, I'm going to write the steps as well so that it will be very easier for you guys to solve. So the first step we have taken here is simplification of numerator. Okay, Second step is rationalization. So let's rationalize. 8 power x minus 1 into 9 power x minus 1 divided by root 2 minus 1 plus cos x. So it's in limit, don't forget that. Okay, limit x tends to 0 times root 2 plus conjugate of the denominator 1 plus cos x divided by root 2 plus 1 plus cos x, right? So let's multiply these two. Okay, so it's limit x tends to 0, 8 power x minus 1 into 9 power x minus 1 into root 2 plus 1 plus cos x, and using the identity as you guys know the identity, but still I'm writing it. Okay, a plus b into a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. Okay, so using this identity we are going to write this as 2 minus 1 plus cos x, right? So further simplify this. Limit x tends to 0, 8 power x minus 1 into 9 power x minus 1 into root 2 plus root of 1 plus cos x divided by 1 minus cos x. So this is the most simplified format. Okay, so we have reached this point, and then how to solve the limit after this. So at this point of time I would like to give some ideas to solve it. Okay, you guys have seen this somewhere in trigonometry. We have studied this, right? 1 minus cos x is nothing but 2 sine square x by 2. Some people would have studied like this: 1 minus cos 2x equals to 2 sine square x. Some people would have studied like this, but we are going to apply that formula only. Okay, so for my easier understanding, I am writing like this. Okay, so where is this x going? It is tending towards 0, right? So the x value is very small. X is small. Okay, so if x is small, then we can write 2 sine square x by 2 as 2x by 2 to the whole square. Why are we writing like this? Because when when the x value is very small, then sine value is approximately equal to the x value. So for in simple terms, I'm just changing the color. In simple terms, we can write it like sine x is approximately equal to x when x is very small, right? So that's what we are trying to do here. So what happens is this: we have converted this cos x into this format, into the sine format, and the sine is converting into x format. So it is 2 x by 2 to the whole square. Okay, so we can write it as 2 x square by 4. This cancels, so x square by 2. So this is the simplification of the denominator part. Okay, so now let's return back to our question. So we can write this as limit x tends to 0, 8 power x minus 1 into 9 power x minus 1 into root of root 2 plus root 2 plus root of 1 plus cos x divided by, instead of this we can write it as x square by 2, right? And then the 2 goes to the numerator, so I'm writing it like into 2. Hope you guys get it. So to simplify it even more further, let's do like this: 8 power x minus 1 divided by x, 9 power x minus 1 divided by x. I'm just splitting this x square into individual x and then making it as a separate fraction. Okay, you guys have seen this somewhere, right? This format, you guys have seen it somewhere. So I'll write the formula for that as well for your easy reference. And if you don't have these formulas, just write it down in your formula notebook. It will come in handy during your exam preparation. Okay, so limit x tends to 0, a power x minus 1 divided by x is nothing but what? Log base EA. So this is the formula for that. Then what happens? If you apply this formula, this will be becoming what? Log, I'll change the color for easy distinction, right? So what will happen? This one will become log E8, log base E8, and then this will become log base E9, right? So let's write it. So limit x tends to 0, log base E8 into log base E9 into root 2 plus 1 plus cos x into 2. Okay, so again this 8 can be written as what? It is 2 power 3. This can be written as 3 power 2, right? And they are in logs. So what we have to do? We can write that as in this form: 3 log E2 into, right? This is the format. Similarly, 2, this power should be coming as the coefficient. Okay, so 2 log E power E 2 log base E3, right? It will become like this, and apply the limit as well. Just apply the limit here because it's never gonna be 0 by 0 form, and cos 0 is 1, so it will become root 2 plus root 2, right? Because here is also plus is there, so root 2 plus root 2 into 2. Okay, so 3 times 2 6, 6 times 2 12, 12 log E2 log base E3 into 2 root 2. Am I right? So we can write it as 12 into 2 root 2 log 2 log base 2 log base E2 and then log base E3. Am I right? So we have seen this format somewhere. It is nothing but in our question they have given in here, right? A log E2 log E3 is nothing but this. So we can conclude that A is equal to 12 into 2 root 2. So it is nothing but 24 root 2. Okay, why am I writing like this? Because when a function is continuous, then LHL is equal to RHL is equal to f of c. That's how we are writing like this. So we got the value of A, which is nothing but 24 root 2. But they have asked the value of A square. Where? Here. So for A square, we just need to square this. A square is nothing but 24 root 2 to the whole square. 24 times 2 is 576, and then 576 times 2 is 576 times 1152. Yeah, so 1152 is our answer. So this is how we have to solve this question. So the first one is simplification of the numerator, next step is rationalization, and then our third step is to apply formulas and simplify. So follow these 3 steps, you guys will arrive the answer. Right, now let's go to the next question. This question was asked in 2023. Okay, 2023 JEE main questions. So if the function f of x equals to, okay, so let me take the laser pen. When the limit is 0 less than x less than pi by 2, the function is this. When the when the limit x equals to pi by 2, the function is pi. Sorry, this is nu. Okay, and then when the function limit is pi by 2 x and then pi, the limit is like this, then the function is this. So they have given that the function is continuous at pi by 2. Then we have to find the value of the expression. So this is what the question is. It looks like some difficult question, but trust me, you just need to understand the concept. Okay, don't get scared when modulus is there and all. Okay, those are all very easy, and then I will show you guys one formula how to solve the limit of these kind of expressions. Okay, if you don't have it, just write it in your formula notebook. Okay, so we already know that. Let me change the color of the pen. If it is continuous, they have given that it is continuous at x equals to pi by 2. So LHL should be equal to f of pi by 2, and it must be equal to RHL. Okay, this is the fundamental thing which you have to understand. Okay, so let's solve the LHL first. Okay, so limit x tends to pi by 2 minus, okay, which denotes LHL. So LHL is nothing but this one. Okay, and RHL is nothing but this one. This is LHL, this is RHL, and this is f of pi by 2. Okay, so here we have to take this function. What is it? 1 plus cos x mod, okay, into 1, it's not 1, it's lambda, divided by mod of cos x. Okay, this one looks kind of complex, but I have a formula to solve this. Okay, I'll write out the formula. The formula is, actually look at this, it is in the form of 1 plus f of x power g of x. Don't confuse f of x, this f of x as this f of x, both are different. This is just for notation. Okay, this one is just for notation. So if a limit, okay, is basically in the form of 1 plus f of x into g of x, then always use this formula. The formula is limit, assume that the limit is a, okay, 1 plus f of x power g of x is nothing but e power limit x tends to a f of x times g of x. So this is the formula to solve this. Okay, trust me, mostly, you guys will be ending up in this format, so always remember this formula and keep it handy during the preparation of your examination. Right, so let's solve this. So it becomes e power, a big E I'm going to write, limit extends to pi by 2 here, pi by 2 minus. What is f of x? F of x is nothing but cos mod of cos x. Okay, so it is mod of cos x into what is g of x? Lambda divided by mod of cos x. So mod cos gets cancelled, and then apply this limit here. You can't apply because it's x, right? So our limit, this LHL is nothing but e power lambda. Okay, we cannot apply this because there is no x term here and it got eliminated, right? So this is LHL. Now let's solve RHL. Okay, what is RHL given? E power cot 6x divided by cot 4x. So let's write it. Limit x tends to pi by 2 plus, for denoting RHL. Okay, e power cot 6x, right? Yeah, 6x divided by 4x. Cot 6x divided by cot 4x. Okay, so let's focus on this exponent part only. Okay, so cot 6x divided by cot 4x. We can write cot x is nothing but cos x divided by sin x. Tan x is nothing but sin x divided by cos x. So we can write this as cos 6x divided by sin 4x divided by, now expand this also, cos 4x, what am I doing? Getting confused, divided by sine 4x, right? Sorry for the confusion, guys. It is like this, right? So let's simplify this. So cos 6x into sine 4x, just right, divided by sine 6x into cos 4x. So we have simplified this. Now we have already studied these formulas in trigonometry, but still I am writing it for your reference. If you don't have it, write in your formula notebook. Sin A cos B, sin A into cos B means it is 1 by 2 of sin A plus B plus sin A minus B. Similarly, cos A sin B means cos A sin B means it's 1 by 2 of sin A plus B minus sin A minus B. Remember this, many people used to confuse between these formulas, so just just know how to differentiate between these, right? So based on this formula, let's solve this. So cos 6x into sin 4x is nothing but 1 by 2 of sin 10x minus sin 2x, right, divided by 1 by 2 of sin, it is plus, sorry, it is plus, so sin, it's correct only, we have applied this formula, right? So see, I am also getting confused here, but you guys should not get confused, it's minus only. So here similarly we are applying this here. Okay, so sin 10x plus sin 2x, right? So we got it. We are cancelling these halves, and then we arrive to this. Now if we apply the limit, right, we didn't do it, but if we are applying the limits, then everything will become 0. So it is 0 by 0 form. So what we have to do when we get 0 by 0 form? L hospital or L hospital, however you pronounce it. Okay, apply L'Hospital rule. Okay, the numerator and denominator both are in very simple form, so we can directly apply it. So 10 cos 10x minus 2 cos 2x divided by 10 cos 10x plus 2 cos 2x. For the people who didn't understand this, I am just differentiating this, which is 10 cos 10x, differentiating this 2 cos 2x, differentiating this 10 cos 10x, differentiating this. Right? So this is what I am doing here. Okay? So we got it, and then let's go to the limit part now. So limit extends to pi by 2 plus e power of, we have this big chunk of a very big function, right? So what if we apply x as pi by 2? We get 1, right? Cos x, I mean, we get 1. So this will get to become 1, this will become 1, this will become 1, and this will become 1. So just these terms will be, these coefficients will be remained as it is. So 10 minus 2 divided by, just so if you apply the limit, why should I write here? So let's leave it. So 10 minus 2 into 10 plus 2. So which is nothing but 8 by 12 e power 8 by 12, which is nothing but e power 2 by 3. Right? So this is the RHL. RHL equals to 2 e power 2 by 3. E power 2 by 3. Sorry for the mistakes, guys, but I hope you guys understood very clearly. So here, what is remaining? Our f of pi by 2 is remaining, which is nothing but mu, right? So f of pi by 2 is mu, and we know RHL, I have already written this, RHL equals to LHL equals to f of pi by 2. So we can write it as, what is RHL? RHL is e power 2 by 3 equals to, what is LHL? We have already calculated. It is e power lambda, and this is f of pi by 2. F of pi by 2 is nothing but mu. So we can write it as lambda equals to 2 by 3, and then mu equals to e power 2 by 3, right? So we have found the unknown terms here. These unknown terms are required to solve this equation. Okay, we got this value, we got the mu value also. Okay, so instead of writing it, I am just going to copy it. Okay, copy and paste. So we are going to calculate this value. So this is nothing but 9 into 2 by 3 plus 6 log e, I mean base e, e power 2 by 3 plus mu power 6. What is mu power 6? E power 2 by 3 into 6, we can write it like this, and then e power 6 into lambda. Lambda is 2 by 3. So now let's simplify this 3 times. So it is 6 plus 6 into 2 by 3. This is nothing but 2 by 3, right? Plus, and then it goes, and it is 4. Okay, and then this is nothing but, this and this are technically same, so it's getting cancelled and becoming 0, right? So 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. So our answer is 10, which is option B. And with these two questions, we are done with the two most important JEE mains previous year questions for continuity.